Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys have read the title right. We're going to be talking about our good friend Vchain. Understanding what's happening with Vchain right now. This is my first update for Vchain for the month of October. And as we know, October is a very exciting time and it's Q4 and there has been a lot of excitement within the crypto space. As far as Vchain is concerned, if you're looking at it on a weekly time frame right now, we're still seeing Vchain, kind of balancing itself out with the broader market. Yes, it's not seeing double-digit gains right now, but we want to be paying very close attention to where Vchain is currently at. And I know I have a huge following on my channel for the Vchain family. It's really hard for me to, make updates on every single project, but here's what I will do. And this time around, I will literally put it in my calendar. If you want to see more Vchain updates, you guys need to, number one, smash that like button and let me know in the comments saying Crypto ZX more daily Vchain analysis updates. If I get enough of that, I will try my best to actually incorporate this more regularly on the channel. But welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the Vchain family. Appreciate all the love. If we're looking at the broader market right now, overall, Saturday and Sunday was actually not a bad day for the market. But over the last 1 hour, to be exact, we've seen a little bit of a retracement within the broader market, which has caused the altcoins to go down a little bit. But Vchain right now currently sitting at 2.28 cents. So if you were to round it up, almost 2.3 cents. We're down about 1.7% in both Bitcoin and Ethereum compared with the valuation sitting just below $2 billion. The valuation, as far as that is concerned, we're sitting at about $37.4 million. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So we're going to start off with this right here. Vchain posted this, and I kind of wanted to go over this with you guys. So institutional adoption is already driving Vchain expansion. Yes, you've heard that correct. Professional market maker, liquidity provider, and treasury managing firm KeyRock have been managing Vchain validators, helping sustain the beating heart of the blockchain. It's great to see our collaboration tried and tested. KeyRock has now validated over 200,000 blocks on the Vchain Thor mainnet, said Marlin. At KeyRock, we love supporting ecosystems like Vchain, where strong fundamentals meet genuine adoption. We're proud to be building the future of Web3, supported by leaders in the field. Very interesting. And again, if you know the Vchain Thor blockchain, this is one of the slept on blockchains. And again, as far as Vchain is concerned, in my honest opinion, not financial advice, said this from day one, I think Vchain is being slept on big time, because if you're looking at what they're doing, they actually have a working product. They actually have big firms around the world that are actually using the Vchain Thor blockchain. And that tells you everything you need to know. And yet, we tend to forget about that. In the way the part of the market that we're in right now, it's unfortunate. Like, retail is more focused on chasing, the next big green candle, and mainly, in the meme coin category. And a lot of good, solid utility projects are being slept on. But smart money is accumulating, right? Smart money continues to accumulate. Obviously, there's always a risk factor. Don't think that you're buying a Vchain or some other coins and there's no risk. There's definitely a risk involved in everything. But this is where your due diligence portion comes into play. But yeah, I think we're seeing a completely shift in the market, where people are looking elsewhere rather than, altcoins and like the projects that actually have utility that are going to actually thrive in the long term. That's just that. That's the reality of this current market. But I think when the smart money and when the boom really does come, you do tend to see these coins perform, quite well. But let's take a look at, what's happening. The dominance is obviously picking up. Take a look at what happened in September. Since then, we've seen a major uptick for the dominance itself. We're retesting some of the levels we actually haven't seen since August 22nd. Dominance is picking up right now because Bitcoin has seen a major breakout towards an all-time high, which is amazing. Bitcoin reaching all-time highs, which is great, but we have seen a little bit of a retracement after hitting an all-time high. You can see this for yourself, which is normal, right? That's totally normal. But due to this retracement itself, the dominance actually went higher. Look where we were on August 3rd. So it went higher, which has caused altcoins to see a little bit of a lag right now. But if you're looking at Vchain right now, we still have not left the consolidation zone. Vchain is in deep bear market zone still. I know not a lot of people like hearing this, but you guys know your boy Crypto ZX is going to tell you guys the real thing. And believe it or not, we have not left the bear market zone. and the bear market zone is above the 5.5 cents. I know I usually say the 78.6, but 5.5 cents is like a big confirmation, because breaking above there would pretty much take us back into the 78.6. And look how far we are to where we were late last year. But again, one thing I want you guys to focus on is we were exactly at the level where we are right now before that major boom occurred. And if you want to put this into perspective, that itself is a move of about 235%. But one thing I want you guys to note is when the money comes in, when the flows come in, this does not take long for the market to boom. You can see it took literally a matter of a week, couple of weeks for Vchain to just go parabolic. And I personally think, and again, only time is going to tell. Nothing is, history does not always have to repeat itself. But, so far, history has pretty much shown that historic price patterns need to be considered. I personally think we do still see Vchain breaking out of this key range at 3.4 cents and start heading up to 5.5 cents mark, which we were obviously in back at the beginning of the year. If we want to put this into perspective, our major key resistance itself is a big move at 43.4%. After that, that getting up to that key resistance is 133% from where we currently are. I want you guys to keep in mind, in this current day and age, 2 billion valuation puts us at 76th spot, and that should tell you how far this market has come. Back in the day, 2 billion would be very, very big, but now the market has seen a major inflow, obviously a lot of capital coming in. But if Vchain is gaining that momentum, again, all-time highs. Let's actually put this into perspective. Can Vchain really hit an all-time high? I'm going to be honest with you guys here. As you guys know, I've said this on my channel before, we're actually coming closer to the end of the bull market rather than the start. So 13x for Vchain in the next 2.5 months, I personally think that might not be possible. Again, it would require something mega to happen in order for Vchain to reach that. Long term, I'm not saying that can't happen. Of course, tokenomics for Vchain have gotten much better than what it was back in this cycle. A lot of people tend to forget this. Tokenomics here, yes, people can talk about the 20 cents price point, 30 cents price point, but tokenomics were not the best here compared to where it is now. Not that the tokenomics are getting better, I think that would help in the long-term perspective for Vchain, but that does not mean Vchain does not have potential to break out into some of these key levels this year alone. I think it is definitely a possibility. We came up back in July, to this 3 cents. Since July, we haven't moved. We've seen a level that I've talked to you guys about around this 2.7 cents. We retested it back in August, came close to it in September, but haven't really broken out as of yet. But what's interesting here is we retested this support line for Vchain at 2.1 cents for the first time since June. And if you picked up or had some buy orders placed in around here, you did see Vchain go up about 12.3%. Right now, baby steps. Of course, I want to see Vchain, making its way back up to the 3.3 cents. I think it's very possible for Vchain to get that done sooner than a lot of people realize. We just want to see the dominance kind of cooling off right now. So we'll see what happens. I think if the dominance starts cooling off, Vchain starts heading up to the main level that we actually have not been above since February. Let that sink in. People have forgotten about this, but this would be a big confirmation for people that maybe are sidelined, because remember, confirmation for some people might be at key range, and this thing has consolidated within this level for the entire year. Almost the entire year, sorry. Since February, we've been consolidating. So we want to see the price of Vchain breaking out of this key range. I know this might be some boring price action for some people, but this is normal in crypto space, believe it or not. And this is why you want to diversify your portfolio. If you are kicking yourself because Vchain has not performed compared to some of the other coins, then this is why you diversify your portfolio. Diversification is key. Maybe the next time then Vchain breaks out, some of these other coins that have pumped up might not be pumping. So that's something you want to do. So obviously, not only does it maximize your potential to growth, it also minimizes risk factor as well. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Again, we're still consolidating within this range. We want to break out of the 3.36 cents range. This is a little bit of a big rant for today's update. Usually it is concise. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think. Where do you see the price of Vchain going? And if you were to think about Vchain reaching all-time highs, when do you think that is possible? Let me know in the comments down below. Love you all. See you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.